First, you have to sack the quarterback.
Then you got to intercept the quarterback.
Then you let him back in the game.
Welcome back to week 2 of the Rooney Toon report. Jeff's already cracking a beer.
We didn't get the beer crack player of the week.
We didn't start there yet.
I got plenty more.
We'll get there. So I guess we want to get started talking about the defense.
And my excellent prediction.
Yeah, you were for the first time in forever. They actually listened to us.
I know. And look what happened. You know, Matt, you brought this up many times last year. How many times did you say, just listen to me and you'll win a game?
We just listened to you, Jeff, or listen to Matt?
Just listen to me. But,
yeah,
you know, I said they should play good defense and good offense, so they only half listened to me.
Well, you said they should play good defense. They should play good offense. They should catch the ball. They should throw the ball.
Well, I do stand by my point of the team that scores the most points usually wins.
That's true. That is true.
And that happened this week.
Yes. It just took us a long time to figure that one out.
Yeah, way too long.
Yeah, way too long.
So let's start with positives. We'll talk about defense, and then we can talk about our atrocious offense.
All right. Defense.
Well, I mean, talk about a way to start the game on defense. You come right out with a sack, boom, pick six, and then it's like we had 7 total sacks for the game, 4 interceptions. Do we have 1 or 2 forced fumbles?
Well, Burrow fumbled once. I don't know if there was another fumble or not, but
I lost track by that point.
There was 5 turnovers
in one league, and that was great. It was 26 points.
Yeah, Burrow was definitely feeling like giving us the ball.
He definitely had a Super Bowl hangover. I think he came in thinking he was hot shit.
Huh? Wait. I believe last week you're like, I don't think it'll be a hangover.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
was the one that said it was going to be a Super Bowl hangover.
I think he got his bell rocked, and now he'll be back for the rest of the season. But
okay, well, I said that he'll have a Super Bowl hangover, and we were going to win the game.
Mm-hmm. We tried to not win it, but
yeah, we
we did let Burrow back into the game towards the end there.
Yeah, well, I will say the team. I don't know about you guys, but did the team look like gassed by the end of the game? Like they just looked tired.
I mean, I was gassed, and I wasn't even playing.
Well, yeah.
I actually felt like we rotated our players well, that they weren't completely gassed. I think it was just a matter of our offense literally not being able to do anything because all we do is run into 8 people or throw 2-yard dump-off passes.
Trubisky did take some shots downfield, just the receivers just couldn't bring him in.
Yeah, I guess we're going to talk about offense first.
We're practically just talking about anything. Let's stick with defense since we are.
But we're already with offense.
Okay, are you done with defense?
No, we'll circle back. We circle back a lot here.
We will end on a high note.
Yeah, we'll end on a high note. So offense, did you notice at the end, in overtime, basically, we were able to move the ball into field goal range pretty easily. And if you notice, it was because we threw the ball 10, 15, 20 yards downfield.
Yep.
We didn't try to get it all in one chunk.
Nope.
And we didn't do dump-off passes. Why can't we do that in the first, second, third, and maybe the fourth quarter? Why do we wait until the last second to try and actually play offense?
Because Steeler football means you play overtime, and you have to give your fans a heart attack.
It would just be nice to not do that. I don't know why that's our standard.
I remember it was like 5-6 years ago. There was a game that we actually won by a decent margin, and I remember all 3 of us were watching it at Chris's house, and we were like, man, I don't feel like I'm going to die. Yeah. And it was like just such a peaceful day. And then ever since then, it's just been like, yeah. I feel like you need to have an AED machine next to me after every game.
Wasn't that like 6 years ago?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time we blew a team out. It's been years. But it'd be nice to see, and I think we're gonna have to see our offense actually play next week with TJ being out. We can't rely on the defense. Except for one person, which I think we can get to the Beer Crack Player of the Week. This guy scored the most points for us.
I crack a beer for you, Minka.
Yeah, pick 6, and he blocked the game-winning extra point, so he accounted for 8 of our points, basically.
Yeah.
And he also led the team in tackles, and he knocked out T. Higgins. That probably helped.
A little bit.
Well, yeah. It was nice to see him like right off the bat start, because last year he was like you said, last year he was like basically playing linebacker, but it was
we didn't see much of him.
Yeah, we didn't see much of him at all last year, and then all like right off the bat this game he was.
Yeah, he earned that contract. He showed that he earned that contract in week 1.
Yeah,
I think he played such lights out that I went and looked to see what his defensive player of the year odds were, and it's plus 7,500, and I think you should hit that. I did.
I thought you didn't bet on Steelers.
Yeah, well, I bet on TJ to win defensive player of the year last year, and that worked out for me.
Okay.
So I'm doing it again.
I mean, if he continues playing at that pace, I mean, at that point, he'll have more points than most offenses.
He has a great start with a pick 6 already, and that game winning. That's a play that's going to stick in people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can group together a couple more interceptions and maybe another pick 6, I think he has a strong chance at a defensive player of the year, especially with Myles Garrett. The Browns aren't going to do much this year, and Micah Parsons, they don't have a quarterback, so their team's going to go to irrelevant also. And those are your front runners besides TJ, who's also out.
I don't know. He missed enough games last year. I think he could still break the sack record.
I don't think he missed 6 though.
It's TJ. He'll find a way.
Well, let's be real about that.
Full game record.
He didn't play full games though. Some of the games.
Yeah. If we look at TJ is going to be out at least 6 weeks. If you look at the schedule, 6 weeks from now, we play the Eagles, would be his first game back, then bye week, and then they play the Saints, which we'll be at.
Yes, we will be.
Why not? You hold him out against the Eagles, then he has 2 extra weeks to recover because you get the bye week. So that's realistically, I think the Saints game is going to be his first game back.
So back to Mika real quick. Circle back.
Circle back.
The NFL record for most interceptions in a season is 14. Over under.
Under. We're going to take the under on that. Because what happens is Mika gets 1 interception. They're like, let's stop throwing to him.
That's true.
And then
but he always moves around.
That's when Sutton gets an interception. That's when Hayward goes and gets interceptions that are later changed to fumbles.
I heard that thing get moved so many times,
It's hard for Minkah Fitzpatrick to get that many interceptions when you got so many people just putting up bear paws at the line, just stopping the balls from getting past the line of scrimmage. I mean, when your front four is picking off balls,
yeah,
it's kind of hard for it to get to the secondary.
Yeah.
Do we play Kyler Murray this year? That'd be interesting. He already has a hard enough time throwing over his line.
Yeah, I don't think we play the Cardinals this year.
I don't think we do.
No, we do not.
No. Yep. Kind of remembers I don't know if you ever saw any footage of Doug Flutie when he used to throw, and he used to have to hop to throw over his line. Yeah.
Drew Brees did the same thing. I mean,
yeah.
Kyler Murray can't throw the ball because he's too busy playing Call of Duty. But
Anyways, so so our offense was not the greatest.
Oh, we're circling back to the offense now.
But the defense gave us something to stand on. But do you see the offense building off of their overtime?
That is such an understatement.
What?
The defense gave us something to stand on. They fucking held us up.
That's why TJ's hurt. He couldn't hold us up anymore.
He had the weight of the entire organization on his pec.
Yeah.
I was very happy during the game where they were rotating out Hayward, Highsmith, and Watt so they wouldn't get tired and injured. I mean, that didn't work out, but it was nice to see that they recognized that you can't just have those guys in the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, toward the end of the game there, when Hayward came out, honestly, when he was walking off the field and the trainers were with him, they were just like you could tell he wasn't like hurt, but that's where I like from a gas standpoint, like he literally just had that like he literally was just done. Like he couldn't push himself any further. Like it was just get me off the field. Like I don't want to quit, but I got nothing left in the tank.
That's where the offense has to get their shit together.
Well, yeah, like the defense shouldn't be on the field that many minutes in a game.
Yeah, there's no reason why the offense shouldn't be going 3 and out every damn time.
No.
I feel like every time watching the game, it's like, oh, hey, we're on defense again.
Yeah, but it was kind of like in the beginning though, they did a couple good plays that I was like, oh, okay. And then it just like that was it. Like 2 plays, it was
a couple trick plays and end arounds, but then once teams figure out that's what you're doing, they kind of stop working. But you know what usually works for just about every team? The intermediate passing game. It works wonders. It works wonders throwing the ball downfield. It's almost like why they legalized the forward pass. I don't know why Matt Canada doesn't know that the forward pass was legalized, but
so now we disagree with Matt Canada.
I gave him a chance.
I gave him a chance last season.
Well, everyone said Ben wasn't the right quarterback for the system. Mitch Trubisky is the right quarterback for the system. Canada still sucks. I'll give him one more week before I just turn this into a Fire Matt Canada show.
We're going to change the name of the show, Fire Matt Canada, formerly Rooney Toon Report.
There was a show that did Fire Todd Haley. That was their whole thing.
That was our goal at the stadium. We wanted to start the chant, which we succeeded.
Yeah.
All because of us.
It was rightfully meant.
Are we ready to move on? You want to do it? Oh no, we
got to talk about special teams.
Move on.
Yeah, we got to talk about special teams.
Yeah, we got to talk about special teams all around the league.
Yeah, it was a rough day for kickers playing a game of Hold My Beer. We'll start with our very own Chris Boswell. Kicks off a nice knuckleball. He's shocked that this clanks off the upright. Then we move on to Blankenship, who decides to shank a kick so hard that he gets cut. But don't worry, because Evan McPherson comes back into our game saying, hold my beer, because we're going to shank a 29-yarder and blame the holder. But don't worry, we're not done, because then the Titans have to somehow blow it against the Giants on an easy kick. But then let's look at who's holding all these beers. It's this guy, because he decided to kick a 64-yard field goal when he traded 3 picks for Russell Wilson.
That's a special type of stupid.
Yeah.
It is a special type of stupid. And of course, the only thing I trust less than kicking a 64-yard field goal to win the game is Russell Wilson on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, because didn't that happen like twice?
Yeah. He finally runs it on the 1 and they fumble it twice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is incapable of making the right call on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
However, he moved it like crazy between the 20s. If you're kicking a 64-yard field goal, you're within the 20s.
Yeah.
I think they were just I think they came in cocky and got humbled. I think they came in like the Bengals. They came in cocky and got humbled real quick.
Yeah. They came in thinking they got a new quarterback, they got a new coach. Everything's going to be better.
It was not.
It was not.
They still should have won that game, along with the Colts, along with the Titans. Really,
Not
the
along
Bengals
with the
could have won
Bengals.
that game too, but
Not along with the Bengals.
Hey, while we're talking about strange games around the league, who would have thought that Miami was going to put a stomping on New England?
I thought that.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
I thought it would be that bad because the Patriots always suck in Miami.
I understand that, and I understand Mac Jones is not anywhere near Tom Brady, but I still thought that Belichick would have made it to be. I mean, obviously he's not playing, but I thought it'd be a closer game.
Now,
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to score
a whole
points.
lot of suck in Miami.
I mean, it's good to see Tyreek Hill's the same guy. You know, he still runs down the field, and they can hit him occasionally.
When you're fast, you're fast. Sometimes you outrun the ball.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, how do we feel about going into this week?
Well, if we're talking about teams that have other teams' numbers, I'd like to get into a little bit of sports betting talk. We got everyone's favorite matchup: Colts going to Jacksonville, and they have not won in there since 2014. Will the streak continue?
I mean, I think you two learned your lesson about betting against them.
Yeah, well, that was 2 years
Against
ago.
the Colts? No, I learned my lesson about betting with the Colts.
Yeah, betting with the Colts
every time.
That's what I'm just saying. Like, you know, I do recall a Survivor League a couple of years ago where half the league went out week one.
Yeah,
don't worry, that happened with Survivor this year too.
Yeah, I
picked the fucking Colts. So fuck you, Colts. I hope the Jaguars win.
I took the Titans.
Nice.
Yeah. So the other half of the people that took the Colts took the Titans. So everybody's out.
Yeah. Continuing, I think this is a big upset week. A lot of upset specials coming around. Tampa Bay in New Orleans. New Orleans has Tampa Bay number. Tampa Bay's favored to win. Put your money on New Orleans. They showed nothing that says they're slowing down. Their defense is still good. Jameis Winston put it together in the second half. Washington is favored to lose against the Lions.
Did you want to see the money line?
Yeah, if you want to put up the sports betting stuff or graphics.
All right.
I'll drink beer while you do that.
All right.
I'll join you.
Beer is always good. I think this is what you want.
Yeah, so Washington plays Detroit. Why Washington is the underdog here? I mean, Detroit lost. I mean, they played a good game against the Eagles, but nothing that says the Commanders aren't going to win this game.
Yeah.
Scrolling down a little bit, we got Saints Bucks. Like I said, Saints have the Bucks numbers. They kill them every year. Bet on the Saints.
Yeah.
Going down, Steelers underdogs. I like seeing the Steelers as an underdog. I don't bet on Steelers money lines, but I like when we're the underdog. It seems like it works out better in our favor.
I feel like we'll be the underdog every week this year,
at least till week 10.
especially with Watt being out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, Jacksonville. I already said Jacksonville hasn't lost in Jacksonville since 2014. Is this the week that it changes? It might be.
Nah.
I feel like it might be just for the simple fact that the Colts got embarrassed last week and they're really looking for a win. And the Jaguars lost, but they're used to that.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan, you know, he just likes to blow games.
On the same end, Matt Ryan is the godfather of choking.
Did you see that? Did you see the thing with he got his 60,000th passing yard, and the ball was
number 283.
Yep. I was just like, look at that. He just can't escape it.
I swear that stuff's got to be made up. It happens so often with him. Yeah. That dude is cursed. If you see 28-3 anywhere in the Jacksonville game, definitely bet on the Jaguars because it's going to happen. Upset special here. I'm not taking them, but the Dolphins could beat the Ravens. We're all going to be rooting for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just continuing. I feel like these are all toss-up games, really. And you could definitely buy the points. at least. Take the Dolphins on the spread. Scrolling down a little further. Stay away from the Rams game. That's not going to pay shit. I think we're discounting the Niners a lot. Or not, sorry, I have read that backwards. We're discounting the Seahawks a lot. They just put up a big game against Denver. So I would take the points on that one. They're probably going to cover that spread. And then this is the next game is my lock of the week. Bengals Cowboys. Minus 340. Cowboys don't have a damn team. They don't have a quarterback, which means they don't have
a quarterback. They don't have anybody that can catch the ball downfield.
Yeah, no receivers, no running backs, and no quarterback. They're fucked.
No, does Burrow have a hangover from his hangover?
No, I think Burrow's pissed, and he's gonna. I would buy points on this because they're probably gonna win by at least 17.
I mean, there's no I in team.
I already bought the points. I usually bet morning of. I put this one in on Monday. I saw it. The line was actually minus 300 on Monday. They've moved it up, and it was minus 6.5. So it's going in a trending towards me being right. That's my lock of the week. Put your life savings on this one because it's going to pay.
All right, I'll do that.
Scrolling down. FanDuel still has faith in Russell Wilson to not blow it, so I would take the points for Houston. Cardinals play better on the road. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're looking for some type of upset, but I feel like there's a lot of other upsets around. I'd probably take the over on this though. Green Bay's gonna Aaron Rodgers still owns the Bears. So
no matter what, Aaron Rodgers will own the Bears. You're right.
Yeah, so he always plays week 1's always trash, week 2's always better. Keep her moving. Titans suck, so Titans couldn't beat the fucking Giants, so why would they beat the Bills?
Yeah.
Vikings Eagles. That's another upset special there for me. I don't know why they have the Vikings. You think that would be a push? At the very least, a push or the Vikings to be favored.
I'd definitely take the over on that game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If the Lions game didn't give you anything last week.
Yeah, the Vikings offense put up points, and the Eagles-Lions game was...
Yeah,
that went through the roof. So, yeah, I'd jump all over that over. I'd probably buy some points, but it's probably going over 60.
That's probably funny, another game that the Lions score 35 points and still lose.
Yeah, I mean, this game's probably at least going 35, 32-ish or something, 30th, so 65 points. So, yeah, I'd buy some points on the over. Keeper scroll. Oh, that's Monday night game. Fuck, we're done.
That's it.
All right, go to the next slide. We'll talk about some Steelers prop bets.
Hey, Matt, you got an offer.
Yeah. I got a little dude with a money tongue.
What's what was the other one you wanted?
There was 2 other pictures of just some prop bets for the Steelers.
Doesn't matter which one I pull up.
No, just got Najee Harris. He injured his foot. Now he's back at full practice, but I think we're going to see a lot more of Jaylen Warren. And we're going to see Harris on a limited snap count. So I'm taking the under on Harris, and I'm thinking they're going to add Warren to the rushing props here. And he's probably going to come in at like 10 to 15 yards on the over-under. Hammer it. Hammer the over, because he's probably going to get 30 yards. It would be more, but our offensive line sucks. I'm expecting our offense to play more. Harris is going to take a lot of snaps off. Warren's going to get those extra snaps. So any receiving prop you see with him or rushing prop, take it because he's going to probably be a third down back, basically.
Well, based off the play calls, I would imagine Claypool's going to have more rushing yards.
Probably.
They don't do all the prop bets until basically the morning of, but Claypool probably will get on this rushing list. And If he's sitting there at 10 or so yards, I'd hit it. I'd definitely take Claypool to probably do at least 3 end arounds, so he'll probably get a couple runs. But Jaylen Warren, the other slide, you don't have to pull it up. I'll just say it. He's favored to score a touchdown at plus 290. Freiermuth is favored to score a touchdown at plus 290 also. Freiermuth plays a lot. They're expecting Jaylen Warren to be playing as much as Freiermuth.
Really?
Which means he's going to get yardage. So if you can get a prop bet with him in yardage, take it. And also, I didn't take a screenshot of that one, but Deontay Johnson receiving, he's at 50 yards. It seems like he's getting at least 1 or 2 long bomb shots a game, so I would jump on that one too. And I think our offense is going to have to throw a lot more to keep in games.
Yeah, should we talk about some fantasy football now?
Sure.
Well, obviously last week, a couple of us whiffed with our picks for the year.
All right, mine's a pick for the year.
There's time to improve.
There's time to improve.
You know, my turd can polish into a diamond.
Good.
No,
I hope it does.
So do I. I really do.
And I hope my diamond goes to a turd.
At least by the time we play them.
Yeah.
So it's a long game, a long season, you know.
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking my week 1 pick is going to have a better week too. I think out of all the Packers receivers, Romeo Doubs had I think he showed the most promise, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to keep trying to find him. And Aaron Rodgers usually goes off week 2, and Aaron Rodgers usually goes off against the Bears, and those two things are colliding.
I'm sticking with my offensive rookie of the year.
Oh yeah, I mean we are with them for no matter, you know, we can't change it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I mean that was my season pick. My other pick for this week is Saquon Barkley, but I feel like that's pretty easy right now.
I mean, my pick for this upcoming week is Taysom Hill. He's listed as a tight end on most fantasy football. I mean, that's an easy one right there. You want to talk about easy points in a tight end position? The guy plays quarterback. He runs. He plays special teams. He's all over the place. He's going to get you points.
Definitely a waiver wire pickup because if Jameis Winston gets hurt or shits the bed and gets benched, you got a quarterback at your tight end.
Yep.
You can even flex a quarterback at that point. So,
yep, I got him in both my leagues, and I mean, I was shocked I was able to get him. I didn't even have to waiver wire him. He got completely missed by the waiver wire in my one league, 12-man league. No one even thought to pick him up.
Yeah, I tried to pick him up in our league, but I beat Jeff, so he had a higher waiver priority than me.
You look, I did my typical, week 1, 8 waivers.
You did your typical Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the bed hard week 1 and try and change everything.
Yeah, it's it looked so promising, and then it just went to shit.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with Gabe Davis for the Bills for my fantasy player this week. He did really well. He did pretty well last week. So, Matt, you're disappearing, man. You're disappearing into Minka.
Well, everyone likes to look at Minka Fitzpatrick every now and again.
What do you think our keys to success are for going up against the Patriots now?
I'm pretty sure I already said it. Throw the ball somewhere between 10 and 20 yards.
Okay.
I thought you were going to repeat what you said last week.
Yeah, score more points than the Patriots. I guarantee you, if we score more points than the Patriots, we will win this game.
I'm gonna stick with what I said last week. Need to see that better offensive scheme from Canada that is so great that would come out this week. So
what are you looking for out of a better scheme? Maybe throw the ball like 10 to 20 yards down the field?
Like you said, yeah.
I feel like I called a better game plan when I was, like 10 playing Madden, and all I called was like HB strong toss and Hail Marys. Like I feel like that's all he calls.
We gotta get that tight end post over the middle.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe
key.
some crossing routes, something that gets you like 10 yards down the field and then you throw the ball. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
I mean, I'm gonna stick with what I was saying, or still too. I mean, defense has just got to keep this level of play. I know we're down, TJ. Next man up. Let's go. Cam Hayward called him out. Cam Hayward called the whole team out and said, "Next man up. TJ's hurt. We're not letting it down. We're gonna keep it going." I mean, the Steelers have led the league in sacks for the last 6 years.
At least.
And I personally, I think we have a chance of taking the record for most sacks by a defense in a single season at this rate.
We had a strong start.
Yeah, well, I mean, the defense is tied. There's another team that,
To stay with the theme of our show, I'd like to circle back to last week. Do you think our defensive front seven's that great? Or do you think the Bengals offensive line sucks that much?
They claimed that their offensive line was rebuilt and ready to roll for this game.
That's what
I think time will tell. I think this game will tell. Like, you have to look at our game and then look at the Bengals game. Like, does our defense look the same? Does our
defense won't look the same? We're missing a critical component.
But in all reality, though, you didn't hear Watt getting his name called a lot. I mean, he had some big plays.
He had a sack and an interception, and he batted some balls down, and he had a good couple run stops. Yeah, we heard. Yeah, he did a lot.
But I felt that Highsmith had a better game than Watt.
Well, what I'm hoping is that Highsmith is actually a good pass rusher and not just the beneficiary of Watt and Hayward pushing up the right side in the middle and pushing everybody into Highsmith.
Yeah, actually, speaking of like the different position, so Watt actually played a lot of middle linebacker during the beginning of that game. I noticed he was lined up a lot he was actually more off the line than he was as an outside rusher.
He starts back a little bit. I think he likes to get clearly he likes to get a good running start and then push with his arms, and then that's how you tear your pec.
Yeah. So
he's a bad Graham.
I think the Steelers, they've been doing a really good job of next man up, like you were saying. They had a good rotation on defense. I think at this point, we trust that we have a good linebacking core. And
I was gonna say we're better off with Miles Jack this year. We have a better linebacker in the middle to kind of secure it. Also, Tyson Alualu is here.
Yeah,
he's
barely in last year.
Yeah, so he's gonna anchor the middle and stop the run, and that's gonna leave Cam Hayward to be a pass rusher. So now we still have Highsmith and Hayward as premier pass rushers. Mika Fitzpatrick, does he continue his Defensive Player of the Year run?
I sure hope so.
I think so. I think he's feeling a need to prove himself, and I think he's just playing to a different level.
I think he's excited to be not playing middle linebacker.
Yeah.
He's in the secondary where he belongs. I think he's going to be ball hawking.
Matt, what's your opinion about some of the penalties that were called on our secondary?
Towards the end there?
I really think it was every now and again, there's a big play where T. Higgins got knocked out. In this instance, when T. Higgins gets knocked out, there's no call. And people were kind of mad about, Bengals fans were pissed. And the refs didn't call anything. So then I feel like sometimes they try to make up for that by calling some bullshit pass interference calls. Should the T. Higgins hit been called? Maybe. I stopped watching it because we didn't get called. But I feel like that was more of a trying to make things right kind of call.
Yeah.
But luckily, Jamar Chase decides to fucking do the old double bird to
That was gonna be my next one.
Fitzpatrick, which is not what you do when you're losing.
Did you see his remark on that one?
That he does it all the time.
Yeah, apparently that was just the first time he got caught. I'm like, well, that's good. You just put a target on your back for the rest of the year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him get flagged all the time.
Yep. I want him to get, because I mean, that was late in the game. Then he got, his first taunting penalty. And now taunting, you get 2 of those, you're done.
Right.
Well, I'm not looking for that because I did draft him, but
I'm just saying.
I'll look for that when we play them later in the season. But
I don't know. I think I think some of the Bengals youth came out in that game. Although the Bengals have a history of when they play the Steelers, they just do dumb shit.
They do have an impressive way to implode.
Oh yeah,
like that one playoff. What year was that playoff game? It was the year that
was when Burfict blew up Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Juju blew up Burfict.
Yeah,
that was the next year. But
that was the next year.
Well, yeah,
same year.
Yeah, nothing like getting 15 personal foul penalties.
Yeah, I remember watching that game, and you're just sitting there like, "Is this happening? Is it really happening right now?"
Yeah.
And honestly, this game, this last week, that's what it felt like. Is this really happening? Or like, hey, we need to block it, an extra point.
Yeah, it was crazy that they're like, yeah, they're missing the long snapper, and it's like he just happens to loft it just enough for Mika to get there, and then he just totally botches another snap.
I mean, okay, let's talk about the long snapper for a second here.
We are really circling on back
for that extra point. They put in the backup tight end as the long snapper.
Well, he's the backup long snapper.
Correct. But at that point, all you need, for a field goal, it's no different than snapping it to a quarterback that would be in shotgun from a yardage.
You wanted to have the center?
Why not put the center in? You need one for sure snap on an extra point. Put the center in the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure snap.
Well, centers are hardly ever long snappers,
but I'm talking about from a velocity standpoint. The thing is, for a long snapper, you need to be able for a punt. You need to be able to do 15 yards.
Yeah,
but for an extra point for a field goal, it's no different than having a quarterback in shotgun. So why not use the center or at least a backup center?
When the center snaps it to the kicker, because that's what he's used to snapping it to someone who's standing up.
Yeah, because he's not the kicker is kneeling down, the quarterback's up, so it could.
I'm just saying from a velocity standpoint.
Yeah, but it still could go up, and then it just still like that second that he missed in.
But see, I think part of the reason that the holder had a hard time with that, not only was it lofted, but it was
slow.
It was slow, and honestly, if it was just a little bit faster, I think it would have been fine.
I don't know. I think whoever you put as second on your depth chart for long snapping should be good at long snapping.
Probably.
I think it's one of those. It's an undervalued position that people don't really look at. But honestly, I mean, the Steelers they've been very consistent with keeping a consistent long snapper. But you've seen this before, where the long snapper gets injured, the holder gets injured. I don't know about you. Did you notice a slew of kickers that were injured this week?
Well, your fantasy kicker got injured, but
yeah, and there was a defensive back doing kickoffs.
Okay, who was the other kicker that got hurt?
I'm pretty sure I saw multiple that were out. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
I only remember Butker getting hurt.
Oh,
yeah. There was a lot of sucking going around as a kicker, but Butker was the only one with an excuse. Other than that, the only other injury I can think of on special teams was really the
long snapper,
Bengals long snapper, and I don't know when he got hurt. Did he get hurt during the game, or did?
I think so, because they made a kick in the early part of the game and they didn't say anything about it, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared.
Well, I guess he threw with such velocity that he probably tore his pec too. It was just
Look,
T.J. Watt overshadowed him.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, the velocity on that long snap that got blocked was similar to watching Eli Manning run in the Super Bowl that one year, where it was like he's still running, but he was only going like 10 yards. But it was like he ran for like 3 minutes.
I like to think that Minka just rushed that ball a little faster, and that their long snapper actually did have a good snap.
It was a slow snap.
Nah.
No, it was all Minka. He's the beer crack player of the week. It's all Minka.
Do you know how many beer cracks I had during the game before that point? Like, because there was a lot leading up to between, like, it was decent, and then like the fourth quarter happened, and there was a whole lot of beer cracks at that point.
Well, they switched to celebratory to concerning to, oh my God, we're doing this.
Yeah, oh my God, we're going to blow this. Oh my God, we just blew this.
So, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
If you'd like to contact us at Rooney Toon report at outlook.com. If you email us, we'll answer your questions. Also, look for our TikToks and our predictions and stuff. Remember, we're going to be keeping track of our fantasy players all season long and who we pick and who we say we go. Hopefully, Matt has a better week of betting. So we'll see how his sportsbook works go.
I think it's going to be a big upset weekend. I think this is a good weekend to make money. Don't take all the upsets. That doesn't fucking happen.
So, Matt, will you next week, will you show what you bet and your
I will post my bets Sunday morning.
Okay. Sunday morning.
So anyone who wants to tag along with my journey to becoming a millionaire.
All right. Well, what was last week? You were pulling an Aaron Rodgers too?
Yeah, it's hard to bet week one, but shooters got to shoot.
All right, we'll see.
Did you at least break even?
No. Look, my big bet was my upset bet was the Lions to win. I feel like I had a legitimate shot at that one. The first 5 minutes, I looked like a genius.
First 5.
And then towards the end, they almost brought it back. And then Denver, I thought Russell Wilson was a little more pissed at Seattle than Seattle was pissed at Denver. All right, Russell Wilson. Yeah, I was wrong. I read that one wrong. I did not realize how much Seattle and Geno Smith hates Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I thought obviously, he's the opponent, but I didn't think they were going to be booing him and stuff.
I saw that as a 50-50, but I also didn't have a lot of faith in Geno Smith, and I figured Russell Wilson with 2 good wide receivers would, be good.
Yeah. But, and Matt, to get back on your point earlier where you said don't bet on every upset, I do believe last year you bet on every upset, and the Steelers made the playoffs.
That was a great moment. And the Jaguars played the Colts in Jacksonville, and that's what kicked it all off.
Yep.
But yeah, I would definitely parlay Jacksonville and New Orleans.
All right. Well, we'll post your picks then on Sunday morning.
Then we're gonna hold you accountable when we record for next week.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week on the Rooney Toon Report.
Let's go Steelers.
Real motherfucker.
You have to sack the quarterback.
You got to intercept the quarterback.
And then you let him back in the game.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I go. Huh.
You gotta look like Nathaniel Haskins. First, you have to sack the quarterback.
Why'd you take so damn long?
What?
All right. We're not gonna fuck this up again.
Come on, stop laughing.
Oh shit! I've been up too long for this shit. As we were live on YouTube, because we just can't get our shit together.
I think that's the problem. Practice your entrance. Wait, practice your entrance. First, you have to. It's not working, Jeff.
All right.
Loud as dawn.
I almost said biggest.